Aerospace structures. Today we'll be covering Module 6. We'll be learning how to do a drone analysis with inertial relief. And I have invited Mr. Uday, who has extensive experience in the product design, development, and manufacturing, and extensive experience with CAD simulation softwares, including Ansys. Learn how to analyze a drone, and in this case, we'll learn how to apply boundary conditions to a body that is free. In this case, an inertial load is getting balanced by the thrust that each of the rotors are producing. And then we have applied an acceleration and then the weight of the battery. So I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Uday so we can go through this tutorial. Thank you, Mr. Uday. Appreciate you.
Hi guys, this is your course producer Shreyas, and today we'll be doing a final project of structural simulation of drone. We would like to thank Professor Vinay Goel for this opportunity. So let us proceed with the project. So once you have Ansys Workbench open, interface should look similar to what is being displayed on mine right now. So in the toolbox, navigate to static structural, double click on it. So in project schematic, you should have a window which is similar to mine here. So firstly, we need to select the material of the drone. So in order to do that, double click on engineering data here, which takes you to a separate tab which is named engineering data. So in here, we need to add another material of plastic ABS to be specific. In order to do that, click on engineering data sources tab and then navigate to Ansys Granta materials. Click on Ansys Granta materials. So now in the outline of Ansys Granta materials, navigate to plastic ABS and add it to the library. So once that's done, we need to go back to the original material library by clicking onto engineering data sources, and we need to remove the previous default material of static steel, structural steel. Once you delete the default material, you can go back to the project schematic by clicking on project tab here. So once back in project schematic, we need to import the geometry of the drone. So in order to do that, we need to double click on geometry and open Ansys Discovery. So once Ansys Discovery opens up, you need to import the geometry which has been provided to you. So click on insert geometry and select the step file which has been provided to you. So once the step file is inserted, geometry should look somewhat similar to what is being displayed on my interface right now. So once this is done, you can go back to the original project schematic in the workbench. So now in the original project schematic here, you are able to see a green tick mark, which basically means that the geometry of the drone has been successfully imported to the workbench. So now we need to provide the boundary conditions for the simulation, and in order to do that, double click on the model which opens Ansys Mechanical. So once Ansys Mechanical interface has opened up, towards the outline, that is towards the left hand side, you will be able to see project tree. So in here, you would have a question mark right next to the geometry drop down. So expand it. So you're able to see that there are question marks for all the different subcomponents of the drone. So what you need to do here is to define material of each component individually. So since you had imported the material of ABS, you're able to see it here. So individually go ahead and import this material or assign this material for all the different components. So once this is done, we need to define the boundary conditions. But before we define boundary conditions, we need to mesh this geometry. So let's click on mesh. Let's change the element size from default to 0.02 and let's click on generate mesh. So once the mesh is generated, the geometry should look similar to what is being displayed on my interface right now. So now let us proceed to define the boundary conditions. In order to do that, click on static structural. So here we need to define all the boundary conditions. So initially click on analysis settings. Now we need to enable the inertial relief condition. In order to do that, in the details tab of analysis settings, navigate to inertia relief and change it from off to on. So after this, we can proceed to define other boundary conditions. So firstly, we need to insert a gravity condition. In order to do that, right click on static structural, press insert and locate standard earth gravity. So what this basically does is it automatically defines boundary condition of the earth's gravity on the entire geometry. We do not need to select geometry of any specific component of this drone. So next we need to define the acceleration. In order to do that, right click on static structural, insert and navigate to acceleration. So now we need to define the overall geometry's acceleration. So in here, we won't be able to select any specific components. So what we need to do is by default, the entire geometry is selected. The only thing which we need to change is the magnitude of acceleration. Change it from 0 to 25 meter per second square. Make sure the direction of acceleration is upwards and then select apply. Now we need to select the weight of the battery pack which is in between the chassis here. So in order to do that, click on static structural, right click on static structural, insert and select force. Now select the top surface of the battery pack here. In geometry select apply, change the magnitude from 0 to 10 Newton and change the direction from upward to downwards. Select apply. So once the force is defined, we can proceed and define the fixed support and the displacements at different screws. So for that, select fixed support. So for the first screw, which you can see here, select the top surface area and add a fixed support. And then we need to define different boundary condition for all the different screws here. So click on static structural, click on insert a displacement, select this particular screw which is being shown here, change the X component to 0. And then similarly, add another displacement, select the top surface of the screw here and change the Y component to 0. And then for the fourth screw, you can leave it free. Once this is done, we need to apply loading on all the different corners of the arms for all four arms. So what we need to do is define a separate loading force for all of them. In order to do that, right click on static structural, insert force, press Ctrl and together select all the four surfaces which are being highlighted on my screen here. And in geometry, click on apply, change the magnitude from 0 to 5 Newton and make sure the direction of the force application is downwards. Select apply and these are the different boundary conditions which were required for the drone chassis. Now we can proceed to simulate the results. So what we require is total deformation and equivalent von Mises. So in order to do that, right click on solution, insert deformation, total, and again right click on solution, insert stresses equivalent von Mises. So now we can proceed to solve to obtain the results. So once the simulation runs, you should be able to see the different color gradients. But since my mesh is extremely refined, I'm not able to see the color gradients properly. So what I can do is select the edges and I can select show undeformed model. So what this does is basically provides comparison between the original model and the deformed model, which we can see here. So this is the total deformation. This is how equivalent stresses are. So I can even play an animation of this to see how deformation basically takes place and how the equivalent stresses vary throughout the geometry. I can also use the feature of probe to pinpoint different values of deformation at all the different locations which I require. So this is the end of the simulation for drone. So you can proceed back to the original project schematic to check if you have received all the green tick marks for final verification. So once you are back on the project schematic of the workbench, if you are able to see green tick marks for all of the different steps here, your simulation is complete. Good luck, guys.